All right. This is a video about navigating American Lit English 17 early American literature. Let me just start by showing you what it will look like. This is your front page, and of course, if you have never been on Canvas before, you'll start with click on your dashboard or your courses, and that'll show you the courses that are available. And there we are right there. Just click on that, and it'll open right up. You probably already have done that since you're here. Anyway, and I'm going to show you what it looks like from your view, and I can do that. I can check the student view. My view is a little different. So these are the things that you have available to you as a student in your class. As I said in the earlier video, always click on the modules. That's the first place. And in this home page, this front page, you'll also see the recent announcements. You should get email messages from me regarding new announcements every time I put a new announcement up, and I'll be putting up at least one a week, and sometimes I'll put up more than that. But anyway, and you can just click on announcements to see all the announcements that have been put up for the class. Everything will happen, as I said in the earlier video, by clicking on modules, you'll see everything. And what this will show you now is the student view of modules, and when you open it up, it'll probably look like this. So there are the modules. There are 6 modules, and there's one syllabus and course documents. Click on the little chevron, the little triangle, and it'll give you all of these. And these explain to you each of the different kinds of assignments that you'll have. And there's the syllabus right there. It's also available. If you click on syllabus, it'll take you to syllabus. So here we are in the modules. And as you go through this, you'll probably see over here in the side that some of them are locked. And that's because I'd rather not have people working furiously to finish everything off within the first 3 or 4 weeks of the semester. I have decided to give you plenty of extra time, so you can open things and look at them usually 2 weeks in advance. So those of you who've already told me, I've already heard from a couple people that they have very strict schedules, and so they don't have a lot of extra time, and I get that. So you can, when you open these up, here's module 1. Some of these things, this is the video I'm making right now. There's also going to be a video here, and you'll see this video. All that will be done by tomorrow, Sunday. Anyway, so as you go down through here, and let's look at module 2 as well. See, now you can't open these because they've been locked. You can see what's in there, what's coming up, but you can't open it and you can't work in it yet. Those will be opened well in advance of the time they're due, at least, as I said, a week or 2 weeks. So let's talk about the kinds of things that I'm asking you to do, and let me leave the student view so you can see this through the rest of the semester. Okay, so here's my view, and some of those things at the bottom are from earlier classes. You won't be able to see those, but let's just take a look, and you can see how really it's a very simple and straightforward system that we're operating with here. You start with watching a video, and in this case, on next week, we'll be doing introductions, student introductions. That's a survey, basically, that I'm asking you to do so that everybody can find out who's in the class with them. Then we'll watch a video, and then I'm asking you to do pre-reading inquiry questions, and if you open these up, it'll tell you what to do. It'll also take you, I'm having you read this article by Charles Mann, 1491. Fascinating. It's about what was here prior to European entry into North America and South America. You read all about that. It's a fairly short, like about 10 or 12 pages. And then there's going to be a video explaining the pre-reading inquiry questions right there, and there's a description of it. If you click on these little arrows, it'll open it up. You can preview it. There's the document, so you don't actually have to open it up all the way. That explains exactly what these are all about. So each of these different kinds of assignments that I'm asking you to do has a document to explain it to you, and they're all housed right here in the syllabus and course documents right at the very beginning. If you ever, that's where I'm jumping you to whenever. So there are all the different kinds of assignments that we're doing. There's really only 4 different kinds of assignments that you'll do. I like to simplify things. I'm not asking you to be simple, but I'm asking you to make sure that you to keep it simplified so that everybody has a very clear idea of what's going on in the class. So we'll do that. We'll watch this. We'll come up with some inquiry questions, and those, this first one, I believe we have as a whole class discussion. And later on I have you broken up into smaller groups which are randomly selected out of the class roster. From the pre-reading inquiry questions, we go on to a whole class discussion, and that's where that'll be related to the main module text. Let me go down to module 2 where we first start doing that. So module 2 is when the first module only lasts for the first couple of weeks, and it's basically get you introduced to the course and introduced to ideas about reading literature and interpreting literature. The second module is where we start into the course structure that we'll have for the rest of the semester. So you start with the video, and sometimes there will be materials. A lot of times there will be materials there, artifacts, images for you to look at, and then you move into this pre-reading where you post 2 questions, and then you respond to 3 people from our class who've also written into these pre-reading inquiry questions. As I said, you'll be broken up into smaller groups for those. Then we do the individual reading selection reports, and this is a place where I will give you an option to read a number of different articles, or number of different works of literature, texts from the period, and you have to pick 30 pages, so it's up to you. My idea is that you will look through those and decide on which things interest you the most, and then we move from there and you make a report to the people in your small group, and you write back and forth with each other. This is kind of a way for you to understand context, to kind of understand what else is going on at that particular time in American history. And then we move from there into the main module text, which we all will read together, and then we participate in a whole class discussion based on that, and then move on to the response and reflection essays. These are short, very short, one a little bit over a page, 350 words, and that's the kind of writing that you'll be doing all semester. This is a place where you will explore your inquiries, figure out what it is that interests you most about a document, and then dig down below the surface into it to discover what else there is about it that you want to know. I'll produce a video on the response and reflection essays and on inquiry for you that you will see in the next week or so of the course. So that's the basic way the course runs. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I will also be carrying on, have some Zoom conferences for office hours in case people want to have meetings with me via Zoom. That's posted in our syllabus, and I'll give you more information about that in the future. But that's basically navigating English 17.